Hello YouTube and welcome back to all Flads. This is Farming Simulator 2015 and this is a very, very dirty aggro start. As you can see from the top right hand corner, the logging's going well. We've got a healthy bank balance now. The T4 has paid for itself, well, several times over now. It's done a wonderful job. I've been really impressed with how it's all worked, and I hope you enjoyed the last video. I had a lot of fun making it, and I think that's probably the important thing, is that I just enjoy as much as possible the making of these particular videos. So today I have decided that we're going to do some more of the tidying up. As you can see, I've got some trees down. I was trying to clear a bit of a better area. Let's since we're here, let's just tidy this up a little bit. We're going to try and avoid doing the logging today. I've been doing it in my own time. As you can see, this area was full of trees and is now very much devoid of them. We've been pretty good with the stumps. We've been keeping them reasonably tidy. That's an offcut. That's the stump. As you can see, we're keeping it reasonably tidy. There are some bits about still, and I'll be able to get it looking even better than this once I've got my stump cutter. However, we are not going to be doing stump cutting today. We are going to be doing some chipping. Now, this is my pile thus far, and we're going to be using this to go into one of the trailers and then go as biofuel. As I showed you in the last video, but for those that didn't get that far, we're getting, where is it? Here. We're getting 1,000, so it's biomass heating plant. We're getting £1,000 a ton. Now a ton is a lot of chippings. I mean, I very much doubt whether this lot's going to even get near it. But that being said, we've got to start somewhere. So we're going to begin today, but that's going to involve some purchases. Before we do the purchase, I want to just explain these little bits of logging here. Like, these are left here on purpose. I'm not doing anything with these, and this one's a bit untidy, but it was really difficult to try and sort of stack everything on a hill. So we've got one there, and we've got another one over here. These are the starts of my ecological sort of natural habitat things that I'm doing. But basically speaking, because we took down so many trees, there's nowhere for the insects to live anymore, and for little animals. So putting these little logs sort of piles around, they'll grow over and they'll become little micro ecosystems, if you like, for some of the smaller life that lives in this forest. We are going to replant this as well, but considering the length of the last couple of videos, I was going to try and make this one a little bit shorter, so we'll just try and do some chipping. And we'll see how we get on. I don't think I'm going to buy the planter in this video. I think it's going to be the next one. So this is more like the setting the foundations for our sustainable forestry by tidying up the chippings, reusing everything, and having our little micro ecosystem piles sort of scattered about. They'll be dotted about all over the place, so that we can keep the wildlife nice and happy. However, on to the chipper. So we're going to go to the dealership page, and what we're going to need is this bad boy here, the Gens Hem 583Z wood chipper, and it's going to do a fair bit of damage. It requires 250 horsepower off the PTO just to run. That is an insane amount of power, like a huge amount of power. The one we've got at work is, it doesn't actually tell you the specifics. Can I right click that? No, it doesn't tell you the specifics. The one we use at work is considerably smaller than this and is 1,000 RPM. It will do a telegraph pole, the one at work, in 4 seconds. God only knows what this thing can do. But we've got to buy it because it's the only chipper on offer as it stands. The rest of these are just, that's the stump cutter, that's the trailer we've got, that's the planter, that's a trailer with a high ab on it, and then this. So we're going to buy the chipper. Now, to go with the chipper, because it's so bloody big, we're going to have to buy a tractor. We also need a dolly. It runs on a dolly. I do have one on the trailer already, but I think having one on each would be a lot better. So we're gonna buy another dolly as well. We're not worried about that. We are going to need a tractor with sufficient power simply to run the PTO. And these little ones, they're just not going to cut it. Even this one, this is 105,000. It's got 114 horsepower. Like delivery. That's not even half what we need. Even the T6, which is a big tractor, 160 horsepower. So we are now getting towards the big boys with regards to for tractor power. And I'm going to go again. I'm going to try and keep it as best I can, sort of as neat as I can, with the New Holland. I'm going to go with this one for the delivery. I mean, 320 horse is huge. We could do it with the Dukes Far. Will the Lamborghini do it? The Lamborghini doesn't. So I mean, this is the base. This is the base entry, and for the sake of 25,000 more, we're just gonna go for the T8 320 New Holland. It's gonna be a freaking beast. I cannot wait to buy this and see how big it actually is. But buy. There we go. So we are now down to 83,000. So 3 loads of logs got me over 400,000 in money. So it's a good return, but I'm having to really put back in now simply to make it all pay off. The T4 I'm going to leave. I was going to buy a T6 to have the front loader on, but the T4 is just doing everything I need it to. It does struggle with the ones that are longer than the trailer, but everything up to the length of the trailer, which is ideal, this can do. So I don't see that we actually need to change it. I've got really good with it. And the live stream that I was performing, great demand at Freight Yard for wheat. For a brief time, the Freight Yard is ready to pay considerably higher price for wheat. The offer lasts for another 6 hours. I'm not worried about that. They're not. I mean, they're paying a lot of money, but we're sort of out of that reach at the moment. So I'll do the little side challenges. Maybe at a later time when we start getting back into the agriculture and we've got some downtime. For now, we need to make our way up to our new tractor. And here it is. Ain't it a beauty? You know what? This looks... a number of steps on that. This looks far more like the ones we use at work, but I'm sure ours are T6. I'm sure ours is a 6130. But that is a big tractor. Look at that. What a beast. These tyres must be getting on for 6 feet high. That is a jumbo tractor. And it's delivering some massive power, and we need it because our new chipper, look at the size of it. I actually bought one of these and tried to pull it with a T4. The T4 didn't get above 4 miles per hour pulling it. It's simply too heavy. So, yeah, that's why we've got this big boy. And this big thing is also going to have a pretty decent impact in the agriculture once we move on to like the farming with the cows. So there's a lot of power in this. Power doesn't necessarily, in farming terms, mean speed. It just means its potential sort of grunt at powering stuff and pulling stuff. So, hold on, I don't think I needed the dolly here. Did I need the dolly? I don't think I needed the dolly. It looks like we've got a spare dolly. I've thought that ran off a dolly, that thing. Okay. Will that go straight onto a hitch then? It's not. It's just going straight onto my hitch. There it is. That's quite handy, actually. Because, yeah, not even 3-point. It's still PTO, but it's not 3-point linkage. Okay, well, let's take this down to the woodland. Oh, this thing is a freaking monster. Look at the size of this tractor. What a beast. We're going to take this over to the forest. You're going to catch me in a second so that we don't have to go through the sort of driving over there bit. Okay, guys, welcome back. We have the chipper in position, and believe me when I say this thing is awkward. Like, comfortably the most awkward thing in this game at the moment. The T4 we need to move out the way. It's actually in the way now, I think. So let's chuck that there. So this is the chipper, and I've also set up the trailer And as you can see, in there we've got some chippings. That's about just over, literally just over one log. And it's given us over a ton of chippings. That's £1,000 simply for our end off-cut bits, which is awesome. It's going to go down for biomass fuel. And it's going to fetch us just over £1,000 a ton. There's already a ton in there off of one. Because I had to do a practice run. I didn't appreciate how difficult this is. It is phenomenally difficult. However, I think I've sorted it so that it's actually gonna do it now. I may need to bring the T4 in to hold it up a little bit. In fact, let's do that now, because that way I won't miss it out. Because I'll be honest, I have tried to record this segment already, and it just didn't work. It is such an awkward ass machine. Like, once you get good at it, I'm sure you could fire chips out of here so fast, and you wouldn't make as much money as with the logging, but like on a time to earning ratio, I'm sure you'd actually earn a pretty decent amount of money. Okay, so okay, that should be pretty good there. So if we just lift, I'm hoping that's going to take the majority of the weight, and if I close that, it shouldn't be able to hop out, and it should just feed in. Okay, so this is how you do it in noob style. So let's jump into the big boy, which is an amazing machine. This even struggled getting up a hill. This big thing here struggled getting this up a hill. It did it at 10 miles an hour. Like, it's so heavy, this piece of kit. But let's jump in, and hopefully we're going to be able to fire some chips out of here, and I can show you how to use it. I'm going to need so much more practice on this thing, but I'm convinced that once you've actually mastered it, it's going to be good. So let's see. I love the detail it also involved with this. So I'm going to want to go left. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to want to go down. And here we go. We're going in. You see the chipper's actually in there. What happens if I release? Oh shit! What? Oh no! What the living piss was that? You, sir, are a lucky... What even was that? We appear to be good to go still. I think I actually lifted the arm, which was a mistake. So let's just try and feed this in. What I actually want to do is open this, if possible. And I'm hoping it's just going to feed itself. Oh shit. I've got hold of it still. Open. Up. Feed. Oh, for God's sake. Why is this such an awkward ass thing? Ah, here we go. It's feeding. Oh. It's very, very slowly. Oh, let's try and get a better camera angle here. I've done it. This is it. Now, what this should do, and I've got the problem is I've got the chipper on the wrong angle. As you can see, the feed's not actually doing a great deal. It's relying heavily upon the drum, but it's actually feeding itself in, taking the chips with it, and there we go. Now we're on to a little bit. It's actually lost. It's actually come down, and it's feeding itself. How awesome is that? Look, our trailer's filling up. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in a video game, and this is nearly one tree gone. Look at that. How awesome was that? That is arguably the most satisfying thing I've ever seen in a computer game. Alright, it's a massive nuisance getting it all set up, and what I need is the chipper on the other sort of on the downside. So perhaps if I positioned it here where I'm standing, it'd be a lot easier, because then it would naturally feed into itself. But you get the basic idea, and it takes a fair bit of equipment and a lot of practice But I am so happy about that. Look at our chips. How many have we got in there? That cannot surely be right. There cannot be nearly 5 tons in there. A litre is about a kilo. So, well, it is a kilo. So if that's what that is, have we got nearly 5 tons of chips in there? That's incredible if that's what it is, because this is going to turn around a huge amount of money. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. In the next episode, because I'm going to get some more practice in this, in the next episode, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to show you this in a far more sort of adept fashion. But there it is, the chipping setup is ready, and in the next episode I'm going to hopefully show you some chipping, but not in a derpy way. And we're going to start looking at replanting as well. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Farming Simulator 2015. That was possibly the greatest thing I've ever seen in any game ever. I've been old Flads. Cheers, and do-ar.